Alright guys, we've gone through, I'd say about a month of just terrible movie after terrible movies, then Expendables 2, and then terrible movies.
No more! No more!
But I have good news. A good movie has finally come out.
Liar!
Lawless! Yeah!
You're not white enough for that.
No.
So everybody, welcome to the... That was even more gayer than anything else. Dude, that was gayer than Shia LaBeouf.
Welcome to the Couch Potatoes. I'm Josh.
I'm Marcus.
And I'm Adolfo Armando Rodriguez. But you can just call me RJ.
And today we're reviewing Lawless, the new movie starring Shia LaBeouf or
LaBeouf.
Tom Hardy, Gary Oldman, kind of.
Whoa. Yeah, starring
Guy Pearce.
And what's her name? The most beautiful.
Mia Kaiwowski or Jessica.
Jessica Chastain and
Mia Kozlowski.
No. I think it's Mia. What's the sauce?
Mia. What?
Change your fucking name. Be an American.
You're a good actress. Just change your name. All right. So, what'd you guys think of the film overall?
You bring in bootleggers. You bring in Tom Hardy, just coming off playing Bane. You bring in the guy who, by the way, and I'm going to say this should be a shining event above our heads, who directed The Road. Okay, go away.
Okay.
I mean, just everything was lined up for this film, which made me so happy. It got a standing applause at Canes?
Yeah,
Kanye's,
one of those.
Something.
I absolutely loved it. You know, it was completely different from what I was expecting from the trailers.
Yeah.
But, like, amazingly different.
Let me guess, a complete and utter boredom is what you got from the trailers.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Like, bootlegging.
All I knew is it was going to be better than anything I've seen recently.
Except Expendables.
Except for Expendables 2, but really that film's just for nostalgia and
By the way,
like that.
5-second review of the Expendables. Loved it.
Loved it.
Ah! Fuck yeah!
Yeah!
Expendables! Explosion!
Back to Lawless. So basically, yeah, it's the movie about three brothers, they're bootleggers, and it's during the Prohibition era where cops sort of, like...
Don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't give a shit until one, like, sergeant guy...
One little prick fraud from New York comes in.
Oh my god. Okay, let's just go
Same
into...
thing.
Let's go into the acting here, and let's start with Guy Pearce, which... My god.
Yeah.
What?
Honestly, like, you know...
I haven't seen a performance like this since Memento. I'm being honest here.
I would say that for Guy Pearce himself.
Yeah.
The character though, and his performance with that, I haven't seen something like that since like
Heath Ledger?
Christoph Waltz. Honestly,
Ooh.
that's what I was thinking. The entire by the end of the movie was that this was like absolute just freaking demented.
I guess I'm gonna say this right now. I fucking hate Guy Pearce. I always have.
Alright.
He comes in, he makes this film, I hate the man, and I'm like, God damn it, he did a good job. He's the man I want to hate even more.
I honestly think that, at least from the movies that we've seen so far, he's a good contender for Best Supporting Actor.
Absolutely. If Stanley Tucci could do it with The Lovely Bones, that god-awful movie, I think he's a definite contender.
Tom Hardy, the second guy everyone's talking about, coming off of Bane is a really hard thing to do.
Depending on the person, because we do know a lot of people did not like Bane.
Yeah, but my god, like, this guy had more grunts than lines. And I loved it. Like, he had so much character without doing anything.
Yes!
This is Bronson.
Like that one line.
Yeah, I gotta say this though, and I said this during our review for Dark Knight Rises, and I saw it again in this. His eyes sell it more than anything. Because my favorite one is when she describes how she drove him to the hospital, and he sits there and he's like, "You mean I didn't walk?"
Actually, I would say the scene where she walks in, and you guys know the scene I'm talking about, and he's just there like, "What are you doing?" I was just like, "Yeesh."
Hardy does such a great job, and I think it's one thing, and Marcus didn't know about this. Hardy is fully decked out in tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, fully decked out. And he never even knew this, because films do such a good job of covering those tattoos. I think we gotta really realize how good of a job our technology's gotten to cover that now, because they used to spray to get rid of tattoos.
Yeah.
Moving on!
Shia
Shia LaBeouf.
I've never liked the guy, but I liked him better in this. Like, Holes is still my favorite movie of his. Like, personal.
And Holes.
He's just not that... He plays the same character, and this is the first time he's actually played something else. Also, I like the guy from Chronicle playing like a redneck, drunken, Good Will Hunting.
Well, I'm going to get to him after...
Well, we got to get through this because this is being a bit long.
For Shia, like, for me, honestly, I love him. I love the guy. I have hopes for everything that he does because I know he chooses his roles so that he can try and do something different, so that he can show, hey, I'm not trying to be just this character actor. I'm trying to break away from my childhood and what everybody recognized me from, although I do give it credit.
Yeah, I'm not trying to escape explosions. I'm not trying to escape this. I'm not trying to escape giant robots for 3 films. I'm not trying to escape people trying to blow me up in a movie called Eagle Eye.
See, like Guy Pearce, though, for me, I wanted to hate him in this movie because of recent news, him saying that Steven Spielberg's a bad director. And I'm like, whoa. You son of a bitch.
Because he is not a fan of the blockbuster films. He likes the fact of doing films that are becoming more underground. You know what? It's becoming a new theme, in my opinion. Underground films are doing better. Look at Wes Anderson. Look at this director.
Yeah.
It's becoming a new thing, and I'm starting to really get behind it. Shia LaBeouf. I actually enjoy it very much. The kid from Chronicle. Not so much. I really did. He seemed so out of place. Out of everybody there, he was the one that just didn't seem like he fit in the movie to me.
Okay. He didn't really stand out to me as like a negative or a positive thing, so I don't really care less.
It just feels like they had him in there just to have the swing point at the end.
Yeah.
Now, the big thing we need to talk about, the contender, the guy who had the most lines, the best performance, the hour-long monologues, Gary Oldman. In his 2 minutes of film time.
Honestly, if you've seen the trailer, you've seen every scene he's in the movie. Like,
He's not the villain.
No, he's not. He's actually one of the
kind of characters.
He's a filler character.
I'm just like, but no, he's actually important to the plot. Like him
for one piece of paper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's like when they were making the trailer, they used every scene that they had with him, and then they realized, shit, we've only got 30 seconds here. We gotta put more stuff in.
Okay, I agree. I wish they put more stuff in, but using the word misuse is totally wrong in my opinion. Because literally, every scene he was in was great.
Yeah.
He did a great job. They
insane.
didn't misuse him. They just underutilized.
Yeah,
is a better way to put it.
That is a better
He wasn't in it enough. Because for when they used him right. They used him very well. But he was very underutilized. Now, this is something I want to talk about in this film, because this is the standout thing over the acting almost. The violence. Holy shit!
Let me say this. I think it was too good. You know what I mean? Because it made some events in the movie, without giving any spoilers away, a bit implausible.
See, here's the funny thing. He says spoilers. I say welcome. Whether it's Tom Hardy getting shot, whether it's Tom Hardy getting his throat slit, whether it's people getting shot over and over again,
and then getting stabbed in the back,
or somebody fucking getting the damn brass knuckles across the face, and in the throat,
tumor,
in the goddamn collarbone. Awesome.
It was awesome.
It was as if
awesome.
It was as if the Expendables had like an illegitimate child, and it gave us Lawless.
By the way, best line in the whole movie. Have you met my brother? He runs out and beats the unloving shit out of everybody.
But here's the thing, and then that brother character isn't used again
until like the end.
Until the end,
Still, but which was fine. Because, you know what, I think he was there for that build-up, and I was perfectly fine with that.
I mean, he's like the bear Jew in Inglourious Basterds.
Yes.
He's there for that one awesome scene, and then in there.
Yeah. And then, of course, we need to talk about is Tom Hardy's character.
Yeah.
The comedy of the film.
Which, by the way, I was not expecting it to be funny.
Yeah.
And especially Tom Hardy.
This humor
funny.
in this is smart. Very well done.
It's just an overall great performance.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to say this about Lawless, though, to end our video right now. With Lawless, I guarantee this is going to be the film people said, oh, I wanted to see it, but I just,
Yeah, because
it got a bad release time. It got very little trailer time.
I think if it came later in the year, it could be an even bigger Oscar contender.
It's a September or November movie.
Yeah.
Not October, December. It's either September or November. This little shitty week little release, it's going to be gone in 2 weeks. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
All right, let's get down to spuds. What's your spud count?
4 spuds. 4.5.
Really?
4.5 spuds.
Okay. I'll go 4, just because I really did like this film. I really did like it. It had flaws in it that I personally can't get over, sort of like how you were with Dark Knight Rises. There were some things that I just couldn't accept.
See, now you get it!
Yeah, I get it, but it's different.
RJ, spud?
Did you even give a spud count?
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, 4.
Oh, okay. I give it a 4 for the film, but I give it a 0.5 for the score. That score pushed it to a 4.5 because of that. Because they used Ralph Stanley, they used a lot of similarities to Big Time over the War Thou. There was a lot of similarities, which I freaking loved. But we are the couch potatoes, and as Tom Hardy says in every film, guys, spud.